thought that one decision ruined my life. Anger took root, then bitterness, then hate. I tried everything to let it go. Nothing worked, until I prayed in a way I never had before.
Whether you're seeking true stories, real-life Christian testimonies, uplifting moments, or just a little bit of hope, you can find it here. This is Kingdom Chronicles. Anger doesn't always show up loudly. Sometimes it grows quietly, shaped by disappointment, unresolved pain, and decisions that we never really had control over in the first place. What you're about to hear is a true testimony about what lack of forgiveness can do over time and what can happen when that is finally released. This is Karen's testimony.
I was in my late teens when I decided to join the military. I made lots of mistakes due to my lack of maturity, and I was discharged after serving just over 1 year. In my mind, I felt that retraining was a better option than being discharged. That decision was not up to me. My commander made that decision without any input from me. At the time, I felt it was a bad decision. My unforgiveness for that bad decision turned into anger. The anger turned to bitterness, and the bitterness turned to hatred. I learned that hatred works from the inside out, and it was having a really negative, toxic effect on my life. I wanted to destroy the people who I thought had ruined my life. I shuddered at the thought of ever having to see them again. A few years after my discharge, I was talking to a Christian coworker about what had happened. I was not a Christian at the time. I told her how hard I had tried to let go of this anger and that nothing worked. She asked if I had ever prayed about it. I told her I had tried everything. She said something about really praying. God knows your heart. I spent the next couple of days just praying, crying, begging God to take this anger and hate and unforgiveness from me. After these couple of days praying, I saw my coworker. I remember saying to her, "It's not working." At that moment, I looked inwardly and realized all the anger, hate, and unforgiveness I had been carrying was gone. Just gone. In its place was peace, the peace that surpasses all understanding. The hate toward the people I thought had ruined my life has been replaced by a feeling of not caring enough about them to hate them. Hate takes so much energy from a person. It's wasted energy. It's been over 30 years since this true miracle of my life, and ever since then, I very rarely stay angry for long. Not only was I completely healed from hatred and unforgiveness, God has also healed me completely from carrying a grudge. I no longer shudder at the thought of seeing them again. As I've grown and matured, I look back and I realize the decision my commander made that had such an impact on my life was not the wrong decision. All things work together for the good of those who love God.
Many of us are carrying anger tied to moments that we can't go back and change. We're talking about conversations, decisions, or people who never gave us a choice. Karen's testimony is a reminder that peace doesn't come from rewriting the past, but it comes from releasing the weight that we were never meant to carry. Sometimes healing begins when we stop fighting and when we finally let go. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more real testimonies of healing, hope, and faith.